Hey everybody, we are back. That's good stuff. This is judging the cover of our favorite box art. And last week we did the Metroid series. So I thought we'd do the series that pit the Vania in Metroidvania, and that is Castlevania. So Castlevania came out in 1986 under the Konami studio. It was directed by Hitoshi Akamatsu, and he was inspired by the Universal and Hammer films, the old monster movies. And this series has done very well. It has sold over 20 million copies. So let's get to the covers, if it will allow me. So the first one, Castlevania. Oh, we went too
I
far in the future. Let me go back. Okay, Castlevania came out in 1986 for the NES. So we are grading. If you're new to this, we're grading on the old ABC grading scale, and we do allow plus and minuses for this first one. It's pretty cool. I like how it has those little like gradient thing at the sides.
hmm
It does have a lot of gray, which Jared knocked down Metroid last time for having too
not
much
as
gray.
much, not as much.
Not as much gray.
hmm
It's got that whip coming out at you. It's got Dracula in the background. I'm gonna give this one a C plus.
Really? That Dracula is he's a scamp. Look at him.
I know. He's like, hey.
The only the weird thing to me is the C. It looks like the scent. Like if you
Yeah.
um I know I do like it. It's better than Metroid. There's a little less gray. I do like the little fade in kind of
It's not
effect.
as basic, I guess, or
Yeah.
simple.
This one kind of gives you like what you're getting into. Um I give it a solid B.
Jonah?
Dang. This is like one of the NES covers I always think of when I think of like NES covers.
Really?
Yeah. This is one of the ones that pops in my head. It's got everything there.
Everything.
Everything.
It's
What do you
not there's not really anything bad I'd say about it. It's just a classic like cover. So I'm gonna go A.
A? All right.
Hey.
So I forgot to mention, I did kind of the classic era of Castlevania. So up to I think it's Castlevania 64. So it's pretty much the Nintendo era of
hmm
Castlevania, but I did throw in a couple non-Nintendo games in there. If you want to see us do the other Castlevania games, just let us know and we'll try to do a second part to this. But let's go on to the second game. Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, 1987. I kind of like this one better than the last
Really?
one. I think his arm I think Simon looks cooler than what's the other guy's name?
They're both Simon.
Oh, both Simon on NES?
I think so.
No, the other guy's the I don't know. What do you think,
No, they're
Jared?
No, that
Simon.
was
They're both
later.
Simon.
Oh, okay. Well, I like how he looks, and then you have Dracula looking like Batman up there.
Because Richter's not till Super Nintendo.
Hmm. So I'll give this one a B minus.
This one, I'm gonna have to change my rankings real fast. The last one, I'm gonna give an A, and then I'm gonna give this one a B. I do like all the red, like the
Yeah.
Castlevania up there is cool, the red and black. Um, the Simon's Quest looks like an Irish pub. Um, I don't like Dracula as much. He's like Batman up there instead of like this scamp.
Yeah, it looks like
Um,
Batman.
yeah, I'd give this one a B.
I think Dracula's the best part of this one actually.
I like
But
Simon. He
I
looks kind of
don't
cool.
I don't think Simon looks as cool from the front as like the back from the last one.
Really?
And
It
also
looks
it doesn't
different.
yeah, it doesn't really change anything up from the last one. It's kind of the same like style.
Yeah. I did like that window behind Dracula. Looks like the bat signal or something.
Yeah.
what
I didn't
are you
notice
gonna
that.
what are you gonna give it, Jonah?
Same as Jared to B.
B. Okay.
Big old bees.
So we go back and we got the Game Boy, and this is the Castlevania Adventure. And this one has a very different take on Dracula. He's like, oh,
Crazy.
they still went with that gradient thing at the side, and it's still a whip coming at you.
More of Simon's butt that Jonah likes.
Dracula's like shooting lightning.
It's like the Emperor.
And
Yeah.
I don't really care for this one. I'm gonna give it a D plus.
Yay. This one's a little too much.
Yeah.
Especially that Dracula. He's a little crazy. And I didn't know he had lightning powers. Maybe. Yeah, it's just a little too much. I'd give this one like a C minus.
Yeah, same. I didn't know that was Dracula at first. And then Simon's pose makes no sense here.
He's crouching.
Like,
It's like
But
he's
why would
starting to
you-
run.
but like, why would you show your main character from like that angle?
He's like trying to climb up a mountain, and it's hard, I guess.
It's a straight path.
He wanted to show off those meaty thighs. Okay,
I know, look at those.
I'll go D plus.
All right, that was from 1989 on Game Boy. The next one is 1990, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. So this
Oof.
ends this ends the trilogy. What is that? A snowman over there, like shooting fire?
I don't know.
It's like a wizard.
Yeah.
There's a skeleton man.
Oh, you could win a trip to Dracula's hometown.
Oh, I know. Hey. Details inside. There's some birds. I don't know what that guy hanging Quasimodo up there. I don't know what that is.
Is that just Simon and a further?
Adventure. Yeah,
Wasn't
this
that the
one's,
one with like different characters?
Oh, maybe.
this one's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's like a trashy novel cover.
Yeah. You could have Fabio
more-
down there.
Like fantasy than horror.
Yeah. What are we getting? I give it a D plus again.
I like that it's got that skeleton warrior, but yeah, give it a D.
C minus.
And he's on gears. Look at that.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's like the most overcrowded cover I've seen.
I know. There's so much
And
going on.
it's in a box too.
I can't even tell what's going on at the fire part.
I know.
Okay. Moving on to 1991, back to the Game Boy, Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania 2. So I think this is a little upgrade from the first Game Boy one.
Really?
I think it's a downgrade.
Really? It's got that landscape in
It's
the
not
back.
telling me anything. It's just dudes
I
on a
know.
cliff.
It's an awkward angle.
I'm gonna give this one a C minus.
I'm gonna have to give this one an F. I don't like anything that's.
Wow.
I don't like how there's like an explosion for the words, the title, and then
Yeah.
like I don't know what the heck's going on down there. It's yeah, F.
Yeah.
F?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you got like Cloud City in the back.
What is the main character even doing? What is?
I don't know.
Whipping.
Who's Belmont?
Simon Belmont.
I really don't know much about the Game Boy games of these.
Mm-mm.
You never hear them talked about. I'll have to go look for some reviews or something. So also in 1991, we have the Super Castlevania, Castlevania 4. And lots going on. There's the man with his whip. There's like a Hydra, I guess, coming out. There's Medusa. There's looks like a skeleton on a surfboard or something like that. He looks like Silver Surfer, just
But did.
yeah, he's the dead Silver Surfer. This one, I don't like the title at all. It looks like
Mission
steak-
Tortillas.
yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
steakhouse or something. Geez, what do I give this? I give him this one a D.
If they cut it off where that skeleton is, and if it was just like, I guess that Simon or whatever Belmont it is, and then the Hydra, I think I'd like it more. But
Again,
looks
too
like they
much.
looks like they just added some things. They're like, put a skeleton in Medusa. D.
I'll go C plus.
C plus.
C plus.
The art is good and it looks like it's all the same art, like unlike some of the other ones.
Okay.
I remember it.
There's a lot of mist in Castlevania games.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going on to 1994 in our first Genesis game, Castlevania Bloodline. So this one's a little interesting. You got the main guy in Victorian garb. You got a bunch of monsters. Look at that fish man. That guy looks cool. And then I think that's Dracula up there, kind of in a
Yeah.
cloud. And there's a lady. I'm
I
gonna
like that
give.
skeleton. He's like, I'm gonna get you.
But I gotta give this one a C plus, I guess.
This one I like a lot more. There's a lot of those like old Universal monsters. The only thing I don't really like is that shadowy figure in the very back. I'm guessing it's Dracula.
You
But
don't
then
like
there's
it?
like another Dracula, right? Or is that the lady you're talking about?
I think that's a
Yeah.
lady.
Oh, yeah, I like this one a little more. It's not as like busy, I guess. C.
C minus.
C minus.
First thought, look at Simon's face.
He's looking at the logo. He's like,
But it's like making like kissy lips or something.
It looks like he smelled a bad fart or something.
He's like, that's not good.
Did they just tell him like throw everything on the cover for these games?
I know. Don't leave anything out. Okay, let's go on to 1995. Dracula X. Look at this cover, so cool. It's
Yeah,
very
that's cool.
it's very anime. You got that
Mhm.
like look from I guess that's Dracula in the back. Very dark palette. I like the blue. Is this Richter now?
Yeah.
Okay, and the bats look really cool up there. So this is probably the best one we see so far. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I'll give it an A minus.
Jared, we can't hear you.
I like it. It looks like night crawlers in the background. Some Batman bats. I don't think it's great. I'd give it a C.
A C. Okay. You know what? I might give mine an A minus.
I like the title Dracula X.
I know it just looks
I don't like
it-
Richter in this.
Why? He's
I
like
don't know.
flipping you off or
Yeah.
something.
It's like an 80s anime poster.
Yeah, I like that. I like that style. Okay, so we'll go on to 1997 Castlevania Legends, and I don't know what the heck's going
I
on
know.
here. Apparently, it's a lady. It looks like if Link got turned into a woman. Yeah, this one's, and then you got that ghost face Dracula in the back, looking very cold. This one's pretty terrible, just because the lady looks awful. Who drew this? I'm gonna go with the D minus.
Looks like it's starting to get more anime, like
Yeah.
the DS ones, whatever those are called. I don't hate it. She does look kind of out of place. She should have been like ghost looking, I guess. I don't know, like C minus.
I'm gonna have to go F.
Wow.
Wow.
There's just nothing interesting going on.
Her legs look weird.
Yeah. They're small.
Everything is wrong with it. All right, so we'll go on. And this one's
Ooh,
pretty iconic.
That's classic.
1997, the first PlayStation one, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Sympathy of the night.
Sympathy then.
Yeah. Feel sorry for me. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I like it. It's very like gothic. I don't know. It's just classic. I give this one an A.
I'll give it a B plus also. I think it needs a little more color.
It's got
Nah.
kind of a gold to it.
Like maybe a blue.
Nah, it's good. Maybe if those candles were lit.
Lit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
There
cool.
you go. He looks kind of cold. You need to light him up. All right. 1999 Castlevania 64.
Chef's kiss.
A very buff looking dude with the red whip, and there's a castle. It's not as can't get much more simpler than that.
I think his name is Richard Belmont.
There's a red moon. He's a different Belmont.
They're all different. Most of them are different.
You guys want to start?
I don't know.
Interesting that they went with the 3D model.
Yeah.
Very 64 era. I like it. It's nostalgic to me because that's the one we would play. I'd give it a B.
Jonah,
D minus.
what was it? B minus?
D minus.
Oh, D minus. Wow.
Look at it.
I mean, it is 64. If you
That's
just-
the only thing like pushing it up for me is it's of the era.
Mhm. I'll go with a C minus. The titles have been pretty much the same. It's always got that C, and
Yeah,
it's just like different colors each time.
Yeah.
either gold or green
Yeah,
or red.
or blue.
There wasn't a blue one.
I think those are the newer games, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for this time. If you guys want us to cover your favorite video game series, let us know and we will do that. But we will be back with another classic series next probably not next week, but in a few weeks. So
We
see
got
you
the
next time.
holidays.
Yeah, it's the holidays, guys. Bye.
Who misses KA? The rating KA.
Kids to
No one?
adult.
I miss it.
Oh shoot, I forgot to